Once the 6 screws are out of the clutch cover, you may find that it's still not coming apart. So you're going to just give it a couple good whacks right here. I have a special, we don't even, I have a special little tool for this, but I'm not using it because most of you are not going to have that tool. And I can't find the fucking thing right now anyway. That's good. You should be able to lever this back and forth. Don't pull it out this way, because you'll snap the pin off. The pin's likely just a little bit rusty. There you go. Here's your clutch pack. What was getting hung up are these pins right here. Those fit into here, straddled by your clutch bolts. There we can see the friction disc is in good condition. It's not saturated with oil or anything. The minimum thickness on these, always look them up, but these are 5.25 millimeters and they're 5.75 ish new, and that's just like new. Now I want you to notice how close to the rivets it appears to be. That's okay. They're like that when they're new. So this is certainly a serviceable clutch, and now we're going to reinstall it with fresh clutch bolts. Smart thing to do while you have your clutch apart is, remember the difficulty we had pulling this off because these pins were rusty? Clean them up with a Scotch-Brite pad or steel wool, just these pins here. Take a little bit of Starburg's paste and just coat the pin all the way around. You don't have to worry about the Starburg's paste flying out from this point and contaminating the clutch, because it's on the outer side of the clutch. It's going to fling out. Still, you don't need to slobber half a frickin' tube on there or anything crazy like that, but this will help you be able to remove that cover easily next time you have the clutch apart. Now you place it back onto the clutch pack, aligning your marks that you made previously. Once we put this together, we're going to mark it with a green stripe next to the white, just so that it will still be there next time. Where's that clutch pack? You're looking for the tool. I'm looking for the paint stick. Okay, we're gonna go right here. And that's going to be to the right of our white mark. We're good. We're ready to reinstall this. We have our clutch pack. Remember, line up your marks with the marks you made on the flywheel. This is actually a factory mark there. That's why I marked those with green. Now you can start. New clutch screws. These get torqued to 22 Newton meters. That's high enough to stretch the bolt. Change these. If this were an oil head, they get torqued to 12 Newton meters. We wouldn't bother changing them because 12 Newton meters isn't shit. These get new bolts, new star washers. This bike was actually missing the star washers, so somebody's been in here recently and fucked up and not put the right stuff back together. So it keeps me in business. You want to wiggle this around. You want to make sure it can spin freely when it's centered. This is good for two-person or somebody with two arms anyway. Then we're going to torque these in a cross pattern to 22 Newton meters. And then we're going to slide the transmission back in. Okay, you can run these screws in with a ratchet. Don't tighten them. Just run them in to the end. You're just closing up the gap between this cover and the rear cover. Again, make sure your clutch alignment tool spins easily. Now you torque them to 22 Newton meters. Sean just did this one. I'm going to mark it with blue. This one, mark it with blue. And such, just marking them so you know they were torqued. Our frame has been retaped now that we've been able to clean the frame and get the grease off. Our neutral switch is fairly new, so I have not replaced it. There's no sense replacing it. It's obvious that it's been replaced recently, probably the same time they forgot to put the star washers in the clutch bolts. So now Sean's going to slide the transmission in. You're going to have to...
I didn't know if you wanted to plug in the...
Oh yeah, sorry. You got to plug in the neutral switch. Dumbass. Again, fucking asshole with a camera. Has other shit on his mind. Alright, so get your neutral switch plugged in and let's slide that into place. Our clutch rod is pushed in. That's going to move in and out as we go anyway. Can you go back? Okay, now we got to work back around the shaft. Get your splines lined up. I can't do this holding the camera. Very close. Very, very close. Need to go up with the back and turn towards you. There we go. And we're in. Now, same procedure, disassembling, put it back together the same way it came apart. I'm going to replace these drive shaft bolts. The clutch arm is all cleaned up now. This is actually lubricated with gear oil from the transmission. So there really isn't anything you have to do here. You can slide this bushing out of the pivot. I'll grab that assembly lube over there, that bell ray stuff. You can see it's a little bit crunchy here. We're going to clean this pin up. This is actually a bearing in here. I don't know if this will focus enough to see. It's a needle bearing in it. So while Sean cleans this pivot pin up, I am going to clean the bearing a little bit. I've cleaned the bearing with brake clean and very low pressure air dry it. This could be coated with assembly lube. This is an assembly lube paste. Some are more like an oil. This is more grease-like. And then we're going to slide that pin right back into there. And all is happy. We can also pack this bearing with this assembly lube. And remember, the dish faces the transmission. The curved edge on the back goes to the back of the transmission. Points towards the rear wheel. So we're going to coat this with assembly lube, and then we're going to put this clutch arm back together. We already have our lower bell housing bolt in and snugged down, not torqued yet. As soon as we get this clutch arm put together, we will drain the transmission and go the fuck to lunch and finish this Spline Lube when we get back. Before I don't want to leave you hanging, in case you're like, oh fuck, where did all this shit go? Clutch arm with boot, spring, which fits into the boot. Next is the puck. Again, dish part. You can see where the bearing rides. That faces the front of the transmission. So this end, spring will fit right over that. Next is our bearing, dished in, facing the transmission. And we're good. And you can actually put some assembly lube on this side as well, just to hold it into that puck better. And that's it. Now I get to edit some of this video. We'll do some more after lunch though.